What's up, friends, and welcome back to my channel. Every once in a while, I find a device that really over-delivers on price. And for me, that device is the Mi Band 5. I've been wearing it for the past 3 weeks straight, and I have to say, I've been wildly impressed by its capabilities. So in this video, I'm going to share all of its unique features, highlight some of the pros and cons, and show you how this $40 tracker stacks up against some of the biggest competitors on the market, including Polar, Garmin, and Fitbit. And if you want a chance to win this device, well then stick around to the end as I give you all the details around the Mi Band giveaway. But first, if you're new here, welcome. My mission is to help you achieve success without sacrificing your health or happiness. I do product reviews weekly, so if you're into this, click that subscribe button and join the Type A tribe. So let's kick things off with a quick tour around the band and look at all of its unique features. Full disclaimer, this is my first Mi Band, so I can't really compare it to some of the previous models. But what I can tell you is that Xiaomi made quite a few spec upgrades from the Mi Band 4 to the Mi Band 5, and I'll be discussing those shortly. So let's start with battery life. Now, this bad boy holds a serious charge, up to 14 days. Now, I have not been able to find a smart tracker on the market that you wear 24/7 that lasts more than 7 days, and I can tell you for certain that I got my full 2 weeks out of it. Now, I know the Mi Band 4 did have a battery life of up to 20 days, which is crazy. That's almost a month. But the screen was a little bit smaller and it didn't get quite as bright as the Mi Band 5. Plus, with the Mi Band 4, you also had to remove the tracker from the band to charge it. That's not the case here with the Mi Band 5. It's actually a slick magnetic charger that is super easy to use and takes only about 2 hours to get to a full charge. Now, of course, with every device and upgrade, you're gonna have some trade-offs. But this battery life difference wouldn't really be a deal breaker for me, especially considering all the extra features they added, including 11 sport modes. They also have a full sleep tracking mode that auto detects your sleep and then gives you a breakdown of your deep, REM, and light sleep scores. And this is certainly an upgrade from some of their older versions that had very limited sleep tracking abilities. And I'll be addressing the accuracy of the sleep tracking in just a sec. Another really unique feature to this device is the stress tracking. You can actually enable the stress feature to give you in-the-moment feedback on your stress level on a 100-point scale ranging from relaxed to high. Now, they claim to base this number on your heart rate variability and their stress models, and while it might not be the most precise measurement, I still think you can get some value out of tracking trends over time. And speaking of stress, they've also included an animated breathing feature that you can set for up to 5 minutes. An interesting experiment is to take your stress test, then do the breathing exercise, and then go back and do the stress test again and see if anything changes. And like the Garmin Vivo Smart 4, you can also set an alert to go off if your heart rate gets too high. So in terms of fitness, as I mentioned, you can actually track up to 11 sport modes, including swimming. This is waterproof, but like its previous models, unfortunately, this does not have a built-in GPS. Again, trade-offs. But of course, you can connect it to your phone for more accurate distance measuring. And surprisingly, the built-in pedometer works really great. When compared to my Apple Watch, I have to say the stats were almost identical every single day. But of course, if your goal is precise distance tracking and accurate calorie measurements, then I would say look for a device with a built-in GPS that is really tailored for runners or cyclists. But you'll definitely have to pay a lot more than $40 for it. And finally, we come to some of the fun aesthetic features of this device, including a built-in camera control that allows you to snap a picture on your phone using the device. You also have a ton of artsy watch faces to choose from, and it takes a matter of seconds to change the background. Plus, the Mi Band 5 really gives you a lot of autonomy when it comes to changing the different settings on your device. And like the Apple Watch, you can also control music and podcasts straight from your phone. And for me, this is a lifesaver, especially when I'm on a run. So now that we've looked at form and functionality, let's take a look at some of the big pros and cons of the Mi Band 5. So on the plus side, this tracker is super affordable. For less than $50, you can get a device that tracks sleep, stress, and fitness along with text notifications and a killer battery life. Not to mention it is ultra lightweight and pretty discreet. For me, if I was just starting my tracking journey and I didn't really want to spend a ton of money up front, this device would be a no-brainer for me. And I really do think that it actually gives the Fitbit Inspire a run for its money, and more on that in just a sec. Another major pro is the display. A lot of budget wearables on the market do have to sacrifice brightness for battery life, but that is not the case with the Mi Band 5. There are up to 5 brightness settings, including a night mode, and this thing honestly gets as bright as my Apple Watch, which is a huge plus when you're using it for outdoor activities. And finally, for women, this actually includes a female tracking component, which I thought was a really nice added feature and makes it feel more like a full lifestyle device. Now, onto the cons. Because of its very low price tag, you're definitely gonna miss on some more advanced features like a rise to wake and tap to pay option. But what many of the community forums are actually complaining about is the device's lack of an SpO2 or blood oxygen level tracking, something that was an expected feature from this device. And honestly, this would have been a really timely component, especially given all of the insight that an SpO2 tracker might give us regarding respiratory issues. But if the community is really asking for it, maybe we'll see that in the next rollout of this device. Now, on the fitness front, as I mentioned before, without a built-in GPS, you are gonna have to carry your phone around. And to be honest, I had better luck starting my workout through the MiFit app rather than through my device to ensure a better GPS connection. But I've got to say, some of the indoor features they've included, like yoga and indoor running, were really useful and nice to haves. And I really think that when it does come to fitness trackers, while stats and accuracy are obviously important, what's even more important is just the habit building itself. And I've got to say, the Mi Band 5 makes that super easy to do. Now, as for sleep accuracy, I definitely saw some pretty big discrepancies between the Mi Band 5 and my Oura Ring. Now, obviously, the sensor technology in the Mi Band 5 is not as advanced as what you'll get from the Oura Ring, so I definitely would not expect them to go toe-to-toe. But there were a couple of nights where the Mi Band reported I had 0 deep sleep and missed the mark on a couple of REM scores as well. So let's take a quick look at my stats side by side. So as you'll see here, my deep sleep was all over the place for the Mi Band. There were a couple of nights in the middle where the stats aligned somewhat, but consistency would not be the word I would use here. And even my REM sleep saw some drastic spikes in the opposite direction than my Oura Ring, with nearly 10 points of difference in my average percentages across the board. Now, to be fair, the average price for an advanced sleep tracker is somewhere between $200 and $300. So for $40, it may not be perfectly accurate, but it is a lot better than some other devices I've tried. Which leads me to my final point. How does the Mi Band 5 compare to the Polar, Fitbit, and Garmin devices? So for a third of the price, I think the Mi Band gives the Garmin vívosmart 4 a real run for its money. The display is better, as is the battery life. The Garmin only gets about 5 to 7 days max. Not to mention the watch face on the Garmin is a lot smaller, making it really difficult to read text. Now, both devices have sleep, stress, and fitness tracking, and really the only component that's missing is the blood oxygen tracker, which the Garmin vívosmart 4 does have. Now, taking a quick look at Polar's budget wearables, I've gotta say the Mi Band 5 is a much more user-friendly touchscreen than that of the Polar Unite, which actually runs for $150. I personally found the Polar Unite to be a pain to track workouts, and like the Mi Band 5, it too does not have a built-in GPS. Both were also fairly similar when it came to sleep tracking, and really the biggest difference between the two is that I just trust the heart rate accuracy on the Polar a little bit more than the Mi Band 5. And finally, we come to the Fitbit Inspire HR, which is about double in price to the Mi Band. Now, both have 24/7 heart rate tracking, sleep tracking, female health tracking, and guided breathing sessions. And like the Polar and Garmin devices, it too does not have a built-in GPS. But where the two really differ is battery life. The Fitbit only gets a 5-day charge, whereas the Mi Band, as I mentioned before, gets up to 2 weeks. So if you're looking for the most bang for your buck, especially when it comes to battery, I'd say the Mi Band 5 is a great option. So overall, I was really impressed by the Mi Band 5, especially for its comfort, really slick design, and variety of features. And all for such a modest price tag. And as part of my first giveaway, if you would like a chance to win this device, simply subscribe to this channel and leave a comment below telling me which feature you are most excited to try. And then I'll be picking a winner at random. Now, this device is basically like new, but don't worry, I will sanitize it, clean it up, and ship it to you so long as you live in the US. Now, the contest ends at midnight on Monday, August 17th, and I'll be announcing the winner on this channel on Thursday, August 20th. So make sure to leave a comment below and good luck. And as always, thank you so much for watching. If you learned something, if you liked this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure to click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get notified each week when I drop a new video. And until then, I will catch you on the next one.